Okay, here we go. I'm in the kitchen with Peter. I'm in the kitchen, I know. I'm in the... Hey, it's Peter, Gregg, Miami, Florida. Welcome to Peter's Kitchen.
Sit back, relax. You are about to watch a Peter Gregg video. Something warm, human, and wonderful happens when you watch Peter Gregg.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you came in today to spend a little bit of time with me. So many people got an Instant Pot or received one or was given one or purchased one that one of my most asked questions, not only from friends, but relatives too. Relatives ask me, Peter, and I'll say, yes, what can I cook in my Instant Pot? Well, how about if we start something really easy? Hard-boiled eggs in an Instant Pot. Can it get any easier than that? I don't think so. So we're going to start off with eggs, always fresh eggs. And you know, I care about the food that I eat. So there are chickens and hens or whatever it is that's making these eggs. So we don't really get to see where our food comes from, and many of it's in cruel, inhumane ways of raising them. They're squashed together, they get the eggs, they don't move, they don't see the sunlight, so they now have pasture-raised eggs. But that doesn't mean everything. You also need to know how much room are they given. So this company that I buy my eggs from, it's called Vital Farms. Let me lift up the cover. And what I like about Vital Farms, just FYI, is supposedly they give their the hens and the roosters, and well, the roosters don't lay eggs, more room and a bigger pasture. Each one is guaranteed. I think it says it in here. 108 square feet of pasture for each hen to roam and feed off the ground. Now, they don't say how long and stuff like that, so, but it's a big step forward. Anyway, long story short, we're going to start with some fresh eggs. Do you know how to test if you have fresh eggs? You don't? Well, let's do that real quick. You get a pot of water, and you take your egg, and you put it in the pot. Let me move this aside. Okay. You see how the egg is kind of standing a little bit? That means it's a good egg, number one, but it's anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks old. Okay, so we'll test the next one. This one lays on its side, so it is a fresh egg. So in the same container, I'm putting it in the Instant Pot, we've got different age eggs. So I'm going to lay another one in here. The point is, if it lays flat, meaning doesn't raise up one side or the other, that it hasn't created an air bubble. So that means the egg is the freshest. So it needs to be like this. If it lifts up or goes up, if it stands up on like this, but still touches the bottom, it's about 3 weeks old, but you can still eat it, it's fresh. If it floats to the top, the egg is bad. So unless you would like to vomit on your way to work or get sick in some fashion, I don't know how many eggs are we going to make. We'll put a third one in here. This one is fresh juice. Oh, one of them are not as fresh as the other 3. So I put 3 eggs in there. That's it. You could go home now. No, watch the rest. Watch the rest. All right, so I am going to clean all my dripping up because I am a clean cook. At least I like to think I am. Then I'm going to take some fresh water. Is there a difference between this water and this one? No. I don't know. I made 2 containers. I'm going to put a cup and a little bit more, just for safety's sake, because you're always supposed to put at least a cup of water into your Instant Pot. Then I'm going to turn the Instant Pot on, and I'm going to go to where it says pressure cook high, and I'm going to set it to 5 minutes. Then I'm going to press start. Now it's started, okay? Now you can put the cover on right before or immediately once you get it to start. You put it on, you close it, and you're all set. So there we have it. I'll be back in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, and we'll take a look at what the eggs look like as hard-boiled eggs. All right, the countdown is on. We're down to about 1 minute. I just cleaned up the counter. I also use this tool. It's a waterproof because I use it in the kitchen, and it helps me to white balance any of you guys that actually do videos. I put it near my face, and when I get this video into the computer, I white balance it by clicking on the eyedropper for white balance that's in the computer right onto that tool. And I give these away free. It's in the description below, kind of like as a thank you. You do pay the shipping and handling because there's a fulfillment center that handles that, but I didn't jack up the price. All right, we got less than a minute left. I've cleaned everything up. I've got my big tweezers, and there we go. Okay, so I do need a bowl because I got to take the eggs out of the Instant Pot. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this off. So I'm going to move this a little bit away from the camera, and then voila, I'm killing my light bulb. Of course, I unplugged it. I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to take the eggs out and put them in a bowl. And you know what else you need? You need a bowl of ice water or cold water with a few ice cubes, because you're going to take the egg from there and put it in here. This has a little indicator, which is what actually pops up, that makes the pressure inside of the instant pressure cooker. Excuse me. And when that pops down, then we can open the top. Now, you do have to do an instant release when you make hard-boiled eggs. 5 minutes, instant release. 5 minutes, instant release. Okay, and the reason for that is you don't want to overcook the eggs, and I'll show you why. Okay, that little thing popped down, which means it is no pressure in here now. It is safe to open this, and I'm just going to move it over to back here because it's got water. And there are my eggs. So I'm going to take the eggs with this because they're too hot for my hands, and I'm going to go right into the ice water, roll it around in the ice water, and I'm going to do that to all 3 of them. I can handle that. So far, it's not a hard job. So I could put this on, go take a shower, so on and so forth. It's not going to overcook, but it's best to wait and also to take them out of the pressurized environment. Otherwise, you're overcooking the egg. So I got another bowl, and the reason for that, you'll see in a second. I'm going to take one of the eggs, and I'm going to crack it from one end to the other end. Okay, kind of like making a traffic highway. And I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to, as quickly as I can, go up towards the top. Because once I do that, all of a sudden, this comes off like magic. It just falls right off in large chunks. So you got to separate the top, the North Pole from the South Pole, and then you could put it in your other bowl. Now we'll take the second one, and I will tap from one end and go to the other end. Yes, I've seen videos on how to take it out really easy, so I know a lot of you guys know tricks that I don't, but this works very well for me. It takes about the whole eggshell off in an instant. I could drop it in there, rinse it off, then put it in here, and we will do number 3, top to bottom, work our way from one side to the other side as quickly as possible. Once that is done, these things open up very easily, coming off like in very large pieces. And then I put it in the chilled water, rinse it off, and there, I have 3 hard-boiled eggs. Now, let me show you something really cool. I'm going to throw this water away. No, that was not the really cool part. The really cool part is I'm going to cut the egg and show you inside something very interesting. And I'm going to get a sharp knife. Sharp knife. Yes, I do speak English. And I'm going to cut this egg right in half. And look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Let's put it over here so you can see it. Okay, so the interesting thing is you notice there's no green or gray ring around the edge of the yolk. There's the yolk. It's all yellow. It's hard-boiled. And the reason for the green or the gray ring, whichever color that you like to call it, means you overcooked your hard-boiled egg. How about that? Simple as pie. Don't overcook your hard-boiled eggs. So we'll take this egg. We'll check this one also. There is no ring. It means it was cooked perfectly. And just for the sake of talking, we'll cut this one too. No green rings. So there, we've made hard-boiled eggs. Now, the eggs that I used are pasture raised, which is different than pasteurized. I like pasteurized. So what I do is I have the Ultra on the pressure cooker, the Instant Pot pressure cooker. I'll put a link to it down below so that you know where to get. It's on Amazon is where I bought it. What I do is I put the eggs into the pressure cooker when I first get them. And because I bought the Ultra model, it allows me to do sous vide. Sous vide is like a controlled temperature of the water. So I can control the temperature to 130 degrees, and then I want to put the raw eggs, not the cooked eggs, the raw eggs into the pressure cooker. But I'm not going to put the lid on it. I could put the lid on it, but I'm not going to pressurize. What I want is the sous vide function for 3 hours at 130 degrees. Kills the salmonella on your eggs, does not cook the eggs. The yolks are still yolks and the whites are still white and clear if you're using the right temperature. So pasture raised is what I buy, and then I pasteurize the eggs because I had to help take care of my parents toward the end of their life, and I did not want salmonella or to introduce any kind of other poisons. Let's say you have a child or something and you need to be careful with the eggs. You know, cookie dough, when you're making stuff and it's got eggs in there, or a cake batter, and you put the eggs, those are not pasteurized. Those are pasture raised, but they still could have salmonella or some other disease. So I use the Ultra model, and that's the reason I picked that one out, is because it has a sous vide function. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. It's not that big a deal. All right, but this one does have it. So I put all the new eggs when I get them in here for 3 hours at 130 degrees. Then I take them out, rinse them out, and put them in a fresh container like Tupperware or something, back in the fridge. That's it. That's all there is to making pasteurized eggs. And now this is it. There's all that there is to it to making hard-boiled eggs. So I'm going to get a little mayo out, and I'm going to make me a hard-boiled egg into egg salad. And should I record that or not? I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'm going to have me an egg salad sandwich. There you go. Peter Gregg, Miami, Florida. Thank you for watching me in Peter's Kitchen. Bye-bye.
You have just watched another Peter Gregg video. Something warm, human, and wonderful happens when you watch Peter Gregg. Thank you for watching. Description of all equipment used in this video, plus any notes Peter took while filming, are always placed in the description box, show more box, or down arrow thingy next to the title on mobile apps. Duly noted.